pentatonic scale. It's going to take the first position and shift it up. So now we have 3 positions of the pentatonic scale that we can learn, and then we can play around it. Okay? The shape now will look like this. Okay? And it just simply goes up one more. So here is how you're going to play it. Your finger integrity is very important in this because this is going to feel a bit awkward at first at a certain point. Okay? And you're going to want to play it with different fingers than I show you, but it's important that you play it the way that I show you when you're running up and down this shape, because it's going to start to build finger independence, it's going to build finger strength, and it's going to help you out and get your fingers quicker. Okay? When you actually end up soloing around with this, you're not going to always keep your finger integrity, and that's fine, because you really shouldn't when you solo to an extent. Okay? Now, while you shouldn't be using 2 fingers for everything, if you're going to slide, you don't always have to slide. Say if you land on your pinky, you don't always have to slide with your pinky, right? So here's how it works. Take your middle finger, put it on the 15th fret of the 6th string. Take your pinky and go to the 17th fret. So you have 15, 17. Okay? Next, you're going to take your index finger and go to the 14th fret of the 5th string, and pinky on the 17th. And again, same frets, 1 string up. 14, 17. So you have 15, 17, 14, 17, 14, 17. Okay? Take your index finger now, put it on the 14th fret of the 3rd string, and take your ring finger and put it on the 16th fret. And this is where it's going to get awkward in this, right here, this shape. Okay? So you have 14, 17, 15, 17, 14, 17, 14, 17, 14, 16. Now you're going to have 15, 17 with your middle finger and pinky. And 15, 17 on the top as well. 15, 17, 14, 17, 14, 17, 14, 16, 15, 17, 15, 17. Now it's going to feel very awkward when you first do this because of how close your fingers are and the weird way that you're actually going to be fingering this. But again, if you keep that shape when you're just working up and down, it's going to help you out a lot later on. Okay? And the reason is because, again, it builds finger independence, so it gets one finger moving one way, another finger moving the other way, and it doesn't keep them trying to move similarly. So it helps to break apart what you could do with your fingers and helps to improve it. So now, and I'm only going to solo in the 3 pentatonics for this, you should be getting a bit of a sound like this when you start to play. Now with this, it's very easy to sound very boxy, like some of that was, and it's hard to do this without adding some flair and stuff that we'll get into later. For instance, just learning a lick like that can add a whole lot of flair when you use it. Doing different bends with 2 strings can add a whole lot of stuff, and even hitting wrong notes doing things like you can actually start to really expand what you know, but that's later down the line. So when you're just using your pentatonic scale right now, and you don't have too many tricks and stuff to add, at least if you're following the series along perfectly, it's going to sound a bit boxy at first, and the best thing you can do with it is to try to do some hammer-ons and pull-offs to start. So, and to try to get out of simply playing the notes in order. Instead, starts to get a little bit less boxy as you go on. Okay? So learn these few shapes and spend a lot of time playing around in these. If you really go on and you aren't too sure of these shapes, it's going to get harder as we go on, because we're going to keep adding more shapes in as we go and start to shift scales and stuff and get, to do some really interesting stuff and add in some stuff. But come back, the next few videos in this lesson, or in this section I should say, of the second soloing section, are going to be dedicated to adding some of these little licks and tricks and stuff that you can do. Okay? So come back and we'll start to get a little bit fancier with everything.